Mario Kart games have had a long history of insane myths that I'm looking to bust. Like, for example, you can outrun a blue shell for an entire race. After trying this one for about an hour, I could not for the life of me pull it off. But luckily, YouTuber King Ringstring pulled this off with his insane skills, meaning that this myth is confirmed. You can kill a blooper using the piranha plant item. Supposedly, all you've got to do for this one is use the piranha plant before the blooper sprays its ink, and yeah, it works. You can unlock Donkey Kong Jr. in Mario Kart Double Dash. This rumor stems from an image shared around showing Donkey Kong Jr. and Donkey Kong as partners in the game. But just by hopping on Double Dash, we can see that Donkey Kong Jr. is nowhere to be seen. Turns out this image was real, but Donkey Kong Jr. was replaced in the final game with Diddy Kong. You can reach this penguin island in Sherbet Land. Supposedly, all I have to do is use a mushroom here, and that one definitely did not work. You can dodge your own blue shell. That's what I call a myth confirmed. Although, why would you ever need to do this? You can unlock Diddy Kong in Mario Kart 8. This myth stems from a page in the official Spanish Nintendo magazine where Diddy Kong can be seen with other playable racers. On top of that, there's also an official Nintendo Hot Wheels car of Diddy Kong with all sorts of Mario Kart 8 artwork. He's even in the Mach 8, which is a kart exclusive to Mario Kart 8. But when looking at Mario Kart 8, Diddy Kong is nowhere to be found, at least for now. The Excite Bike Arena track completely changes each race. So all we have to do for this is boot it up twice and compare the two tracks, and surprisingly, this myth is true. Statues in Dry Ruins change if you use your Mii. All we have to do to test this one is use a Mii, head over to Dry Ruins, and sure enough, the Sphinx is a Mii now. But if you think that these myths are insane, then just wait for things like a Mario Kart game for your Tesla, a secret playable racer in Mario Kart 64, dodging a blue shell with nothing but a drift, and so much more. But for now, Hammer Bro is a secret unlockable in Mario Kart Wii. This all began when people digging around the files of Mario Kart Wii found this character icon for a Hammer Bro. The problem with this is that there was no signs of Hammer Bro being unlockable in the game. Well, this was all put to rest when it was finally figured out that Hammer Bro was actually scrapped at the last minute. Poor guy! There was a canceled Virtual Boy Mario Kart game. This alleged game was discovered when a German magazine posted an article listing Virtual Boy games that were canceled, one of which was labeled VB Mario Kart. Despite its cancellation, there's still a ton of footage online of what the gameplay looked like. As it turns out though, these videos are actually faked and made in homebrew. They're not the real VB Mario Kart. So what's the deal then? Was VB Mario Kart a real game or not? Well, the German magazine listing the game was actually a reputable source. So while the footage online is fake, Virtual Boy Mario Kart was real. There is a secret mission mode in Mario Kart Wii. This supposed mission mode was discovered by Mr. Bean 35,000 VR, who made a video explaining the complicated process he used to access a mission mode in Mario Kart Wii. He even showed off a couple of the missions, one of which was a boss fight with Spiky Topman from Super Mario Galaxy. But was this real? As it turns out, yes, this mission mode did exist, but it was removed almost completely from the final game apart from a few bi-weekly online events. Waluigi was removed from Mario Kart 7 for being too ugly. This rumor immediately began when people realized that despite Waluigi Pinball being in Mario Kart 7, Waluigi was nowhere to be found. This led to people speculating that Waluigi was cut for various reasons, one of which being that his model was just too ugly. In actuality, he was just replaced by Metal Mario due to time constraints. You can drive under the fire bars of Waluigi Stadium without taking any damage. Well, I guess that makes this track a whole lot easier. You can get on top of the Calamari Desert Train. Well, I guess that's a nice way to hitch a ride around the track. Oh, wait, no! There is a secret Helmet Man character in Super Mario Kart. This supposed character was found within the files of the game with edits dating back all the way to 1991, meaning it was one of the first things ever put into the game. But this discovery made people wonder if he's secretly unlockable, and if so, how? What people didn't realize was that this character was just from before the game was planned to be about Mario, and so there isn't actually a way to play as him in the final game. There was a canceled 3D Mario Kart game on the Game Boy Advance. The birth of this rumor came from a video showcasing a game called Mario Kart XXL. This tech demo by a company called Denarius Software showcased Mario Kart on the GBA, and it even used a 3D 360 view. As cool as that sounds though, there's no way the GBA could handle such a thing, right? Actually, despite this video being the only footage of the game for a while, a real ROM of Mario Kart XXL was discovered last year, meaning that this is real. Why did it get canceled? There is a green thwomp named Marty that you can unlock in Mario Kart 64. This was supposedly discovered by Clay McElveen, who uploaded 2 videos showcasing methods of freeing him from a cage in Bowser's castle. Both videos involved a series of very complicated movements that had to be completed while using Bowser. At the end of each video, the cage where Marty was locked would open up, meaning that he was now unlocked and playable. But was any of this true? After looking into it, not only was there no playable Thwomp Racer, but there was no green Thwomp either. The lighting in the cage was just weird, meaning that this myth is double double busted. You can hide from a blue shell in Mario Kart Double Dash. Apparently, if we go to Mushroom Bridge and drive ourselves up on top of the side of the bridge, we can throw a blue shell and it won't be able to find us. Alright, so let's just throw the blue shell and hey, we're hidden! But you know what's not hidden? That little subscribe button next to my name. Just give that a little press. Press it. The original victory animations in Super Mario Kart were changed due to being too controversial. Apparently, in the original Japanese release of the game, Bowser, Peach, and Donkey Kong Jr. all had victory animations depicting them drinking some less than kosher beverages. Princess Peach even seems to be getting red in the face from it. Now, the argument could be made that this is just some good old soda pop and it's a misunderstanding. However, these victory animations were actually changed in the international release of Super Mario Kart, which pretty much confirms the suspicion that these drinks were for those over 21. You can unlock Professor Egad in Mario Kart DS. This story broke when multiple gaming sources confirmed that Egad was in the game. It also made a lot of sense that he would secretly be playable, since Mario Kart DS features the Poltergust car and Luigi's Mansion. Videos even began popping up of Egad being used in the game. But was this real? Well, yes and no. See, Egad actually was being developed as a part of the roster, but instead he got replaced by Dry Bones. There is a mysterious town track in Mario Kart 64. This stems from videos showcasing an extremely complex town track for Mario Kart 64. In fact, it's so windy that arrows are needed just to figure out where to go. Surprisingly enough, this track is actually real, and the footage on YouTube is too. Unfortunately, the track ended up being scrapped in the final game, but people recovered it from the files to make these videos. Dry Bowser was originally a character in the base roster of Mario Kart 8. This theory began gaining traction after somebody pointed out that there were multiple Dry Bowser advertisements in the game. On top of that, there was even a track in the base game with a massive Dry Bowser skull in it. All of these suspicions were essentially confirmed when Dry Bowser was added as DLC, meaning that Nintendo probably decided to save him to make it more enticing. In Mario Kart 64, the results music changes after 64 loops. I'm gonna save you guys the boredom of waiting through the results music 64 times, and I'm just gonna put the results here right now. Now, the music change is very subtle, but it is there. There is a version of Mario Kart that you can play on a Tesla. In November of 2018, Elon Musk spoke to Nintendo about bringing a version of Mario Kart to the Tesla Model 3. Later that year, though, he tweeted out saying that Nintendo shot him down almost immediately. While Mario Kart on the Tesla was rejected, though, Elon did manage to snag a rip-off game to fill its place. At least that's one thing he did right. You can dodge a blue shell by drifting at the perfect time. This one actually came from you all commenting that this was possible on a prior video. So let's put it to the test. So after doing some research, I could only find one single video of somebody managing to drift out from under a blue shell in Mario Kart 8. And judging by the comments, this wasn't a very reputable source. But then I looked at people doing this same trick in Mario Kart Double Dash, and there was way more videos of it, meaning that this myth is confirmed. Alright, that's all the myths I've got today. Let's bust out of here. This Tricky Nick production was brought to you by Pal EX, Robert, British Chicken, Sir Swifty 28, and Matthew P. Thanks for watching.